Hey guys, Griffin Cooper here at Ablewaytech, and I wanted to do a quick video. I had a question about what are the symbols that I day trade or how I find them. So I wanted to do a video about what are the symbols that I always trade, that are my usual suspects, as well as how I find other symbols that are in critical states. So let's get into it. So here's a look at my trading platform. I use Thinkorswim through TD Ameritrade, and basically I have my 3-minute, my usual time frame set up here on the right, and then over here on the left are my watch lists. And this top watch list, my default list, is basically a lot of these I'll go through are really the symbols that I look at every day, and those are Alcoa, Cliff, DIA, Devon Energy, EWW, the Mexico ETF, EWZ Brazil ETF. I always have SPY on there to look at the market. TLT, Treasuries, Tesla, VIX, the volatility, and X, US Steel. And those are ones that I always have every day because basically they move around a lot. And that's something I've just learned from experience and from watching Ken Long at Tortoise Capital, who is my trading coach, who does a great nightly strategy podcast where he shows his live trades. And often I saw that he was always kind of trading a lot of the same symbols. And these symbols are all, have a couple characteristics. They're all very liquid. They have big volume each day so that you can get in and out without getting a lot of slippage, or you just get filled really quickly, which is important. And they also all have large daily ranges. They have a lot of signal compared to their noise, which means they tend to have really big channels that you can trade in. The other thing I just want to note is that another way I'll pick symbols is through, I'll look at, on the OWL bundle that we have a lot of Ken's swing system symbols set up. So usually at the end of the day, I'll take a look at the S&P 100. I like the really large cap stocks, again, because they're easy to get in and out of, and the slippage isn't bad. They have small spreads. So at the end of the day, when the market's closed, I'll change this to the S&P 100, and I have a bunch of scanners set up here with, we can look at the NDX scores, if something's making a 10-day, 3-month, or 6-month breakout. We have different swing systems set up. We have our reward to risk calculated, and the one that I use always default is this sniper setup. I think those are really good patterns and really good setups, and my favorite by far is the Godzilla. The Godzilla is a setup that, not to get a lot into it, but it's basically something that's been sold off a bunch, it's beaten down, and it's enraged. It's starting to show volatility. So, for instance, here on this one was a Godzilla. Yeah, that's what we love to see, is just this huge beaten down move. And that kind of, is it's either enraged and going to try to make a move up, or the pain is going to continue and it's going to keep going down. So that's something I do each night, and I take a couple symbols from my, these different scanners here to find a couple things. And then the third thing that I do is I'll do something that we call the logic chain, which is this watch list here. So whenever I sit down and get ready to trade, the first thing I'll look at is SPY always. To me, that's, the market. It's important to see what the trend is for today. So I'll have it on my 3-minute chart. Today it's had this kind of sideways at the beginning, and now it's moving down. I want to see what the trend is. And then probably even more importantly, what I want to see is just here what the percent change is. So I see the market is down 0.5%. And then I'll say this is a list of here, all the major sectors that we like to trade. So I'll look at these and, a couple indexes, and I'll see, okay, well, what's worse? Since the S&P is bad, it's minus 0.5, it's down. What's worse? Here we have consumer staples. XLP is down 1%. And then the worst of all is XLY. And then what I have is a certain list of symbols that I like to trade in each one of these. So for example, if XLY is down 1.6, then I know that I want to look at Tesla, which is down about 1.6, Amazon. That's a great move setting up on Amazon right now. So I'm basically going through the different symbols that are part of XLY, kind of the biggest weighted ones, to see if the market's down and then a certain sector is even weaker than the market, like consumer discretionary right now, what symbol is even worse? You know, because I want to get the outliers. So you can see Amazon is looking really good. You can look at McDonald's as well. That looks pretty nice what it's setting up. Home Depot, Nike. Wow, that makes me drool because that'll be a nice pattern setting up. So that's kind of how I do it. You know, it's kind of that combination of three things then for the symbols I trade. Again, it's a list of what I have is my list of my default symbols, those ones that I'm always looking at. Again, those are Alcoa, Cliff, DIA, Devon Energy, Mexico, Brazil, TLT, Tesla, VIX, and US Steel X. And then I have a couple that I get from our daily reports, and we do that with the Owl Bundle, but you can also get it through Ken's Nightly Strategy podcast, and on his Patreon site, he does a daily report that he sends out every night that show all these same signals. And then finally, I'll take a look when I sit down at what the market is doing, kind of what's happening during that day. I'll pick one out that I think is really, you know, going along with the trend and the story of the market that day. So there's a quick look at the symbols that I always trade and how I find them. If you have any other questions, just let me know, or any other things you would like me to cover in future videos. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching.